hailed to be the game of the generation. The biggest sci-fi RPG from the most prolific game studio, 20 years in the making. Starfield has divided fans, waiting for the next big thing, and also being one of the biggest disappointments ever. But Starfield is about to see its most amazing comeback ever. This is Starfield 2.0. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Today we're going to talk about Starfield 2.0 and the massive overhaul the game is finally getting. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel, hit the bell to be notified of new content, and let's talk about Starfield 2.0. Starfield has been out for 2 years and it garnered 20 million players, thousands of hours, but one failed expansion, and Bethesda's fanbase no longer trusts Todd Howard or the future of the studio. Main concerns revolve around a dull, drab, empty, lifeless galaxy, riddled with loading screens. But Bethesda has taken into account forum discussions, player feedback, and commissioned their team to completely overhaul Starfield. Recently, a closed-door preview of the upcoming overhaul of Starfield was showcased, and a resurgence has fans excited, waiting for Bethesda to finally speak up. Starfield 2.0. A resurrection of a massive game that has a giant void full of potential. The next major update was due for September of 2025, but Bethesda has held off announcing any new additions to quietly work behind the scenes, even if it's meant to delay Starfield's update. Let's take a look at what's coming to Starfield 2.0 and when we'll finally get the unveil. Loading screens. Walk up to your ship, loading screen. Walk through a door, loading screen. Fly into a system, loading screen. Land on a planet, loading screen. This is the most popular complaint because Starfield is compartmentalized, and this breaks immersion and tests the patience of players who saw thousands of loading screens. Fans have data mined a work in progress that revealed Bethesda is working on a seamless transition and engine optimization which will reduce loading screens and also hide loading screens behind animations, allowing seamless organic exploration. This is a monumental achievement for the creation engine that relies on blocking out interiors to separate loading instances. Bethesda is working on approaching planets more akin to No Man's Sky, allowing players to fly directly into a preset location on a planet. Don't expect to fly anywhere on the planet without first setting a location on the planet's sphere, but instead letting you engage thrusters to directly fly into any of the terrestrial planets using atmospheric transitions to engage the auto-landing animation sequence. I don't expect Bethesda to completely remove loading screens in the game, entering into major buildings or locations or transitioning to floors in elevators, but priority should be continuing immersion by allowing departure of planets to happen in real time, using cross-dissolve animations across a cloudy atmosphere to take you back into space or land on a planet. Mass Effect Andromeda gets a bad rap, but Starfield could see something like this for flying around systems in space, or to planets within the system you are exploring. Exploring Starfield's vast galaxy of over 1,000 planets is also attributed to its other major problem, and that is the lifeless, repeated procedural universe. You can encounter rocky crater moons or vegetation-laden planets with oversized insects, and a handful of outposts that are just remixed with no meaningful loop or quests to find organically. The loot and exploration across these randomized locations is meaningless, and half of the items you pick up in the game are not craftable or deconstructible to use for shipbuilding, outpost building, or even leveling up your gear. Bethesda should be working on a better procedural quest system like they do in their other most popular games that give you a reason to explore massive spaceports or military outposts, possibly taking you to other locations to complete full quests. Starfield's 2.0 moment will also be accompanied by a major new DLC expansion, a story campaign addition that will capitalize on all the new changes in this overhaul. Bethesda creates new game mechanics every time they usher in a new DLC, and this would be the perfect time to implement a proper crafting and building system for outposts. Currently, the outpost system is very limited, and Starfield 2.0 would bring fully customizable living quarters, more decorative options, and organic building to create an entire outpost that looks unique and allows you to do more than just bring down a couple of preset habs. In fact, building a living system and resource center that looks more like a small city, because the outpost system currently is very limited. Another hint from the current version of Starfield are massive space stations that you can visit in quests or organically in the game. These space stations would be an incredible opportunity for Bethesda to introduce a space station building mechanic, where you can build your own floating station out in space, customize it, build habs with huge portals and windows to see the system outside of your space station. Starfield needs a new faction. It's time for Starfield to add humanoid aliens to the franchise. Something that has contributed to its sterile and safe reception is the limitation of humans throughout the huge galaxy. If the new expansion added new walking, talking, sentient aliens, it would bring a needed tension and characterization and story building in the lifeless Starfield universe that right now is only full of humans. Bethesda has taken a long time to quietly work on improvements to Starfield, and one of the other major reveals is that this overhaul in 2.0 of Starfield will come to Xbox, PC, and finally, after a long 2-year wait, even though it was almost exclusive before it came out, Starfield is finally coming to PlayStation 5. Fans or even anti-fans of Starfield have been impatiently waiting for the next update while continuing to dispute the quality and issues with Starfield. The rumors from insiders about Bethesda making a major overhaul for Starfield 2.0 to have that cyberpunk revival has RPG fans and die-hard Starfield fans excited. With hundreds of hours across multiple character builds, Starfield has an incredible RPG level system, multiple mechanics across building and crafting, and building ships, and a near limitless galaxy full of planets teeming with potential. Rumors that Starfield will get its major reveal at the upcoming Xbox Developer Direct in January of 2026 would be a surprising reveal to showcase Starfield in its true form and ready to release across Xbox, PC, and finally PlayStation 5. Fans of Starfield will finally see the millions enjoying the game they loved, and for those that were disappointed, might finally get the Starfield they always wanted. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. On this channel, I've covered so many things for Starfield leading up and the changes that need to happen. And for someone who has over 300 or 400 hours in the game, I know exactly what it needs. I've also been on both sides of the argument where I understand what makes it boring and what it needs to improve, but it's such a great game and I think there's massive potential. If you want to dive deeper into everything that Starfield needs and what could be on that list from Bethesda for this reveal for 2.0, check out the video linked at the end of the description. I worked alongside Red Wolf, another YouTuber, and we came together with this really great production that you can watch. If you want to hear more about what Starfield needs, what we could possibly see, check that out. If you ended up enjoying this video and you got this far in, write in the comments section, Georgie. If you also want to support the work we're doing here on the Colteastwood channel, you can do that by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Subscribing will get you all of the access for videos talking about Xbox, PC gaming, the Developer Direct, and so much more coming up this year. Also, you can hit the join button below if you want to get early access for videos. Channel members get to see those hours before they go up, sometimes half a day, and that shows your support by getting specialty in the chat because your name will be highlighted there and you'll get to talk and get into discussion far earlier. Check out the XNC podcast if you want to see the podcast that runs live every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and there, Middle-Aged Game Guy and I will talk about all the gaming news and leaks as they happen. That show is live on Mondays and also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other platforms you want to listen to on demand at any time in your car or whatever. Let me know what you think about Starfield, if it's some game you think you might actually pick back up or if you've always been playing. I always see this division between fans that are always playing the game and sharing all their experiences and modding it and everything. And then there's the other side who, they got through part of the quest and they said it's too boring, they don't want to play it anymore. Let me know what you think about Starfield and try to be respectful about it. And as I always say, please be nice.